When we think of a Toastmaster, a few words may come to mind: leader, organized, communicator. But there's one word that all great communicators have in common, and that word is healing. In the late 1990s, a Toastmasters club in the Bahamas embraced that word. This is that club's story. The Toastmasters vision was created by a young man by the name of Ralph Smedley. Smedley was working at a local YMCA in Bloomington, Illinois, and he desired to impact the lives of young boys by making them better speakers, better leaders, and allowing them to grow. On March 24, 1905, Smedley began his first Toastmasters club at that YMCA in Bloomington, Illinois. However, due to Smedley having to travel to other YMCAs across Illinois, that club dissolved. In 1924, Smedley was located in Santa Ana, California, and he decided to go back to the drawing board and live out the full potential of his Toastmasters vision. On October 22, 1924, Club number 1 of Toastmasters International was established. Word about Toastmasters spread, and by 1930, nearly 30 clubs were located in North America, including one in British Columbia, Canada. When Smedley started Toastmasters nearly 120 years ago, I doubt he thought Toastmasters would travel across the world and make it to the Bahamas. But here we are, with Toastmasters being a staple in this country and Healing Communicators Club 7178 celebrating over 2 decades of excellence. The beginnings of Healing Communicators Toastmasters Club 7178 were humble. In 1997, Toastmaster Ethan Adderley, then Vice President membership of the First Bahamas branch of Toastmasters Club 1600, was approached by the management of Doctors Hospital, who were interested in creating a Toastmasters club for their employees. On July 27, 1997, the first club meeting was held, and nearly 50 Doctors Hospital employees attended. However, that club formation process was stalled. Toastmaster Jamal Hepburn was a part of the initial formation process of Club 7178. And in 1998, he approached Toastmaster Dwayne A. Davis and Charles Saunders to begin to work on taking the club to charter status. In October 1998, paperwork was submitted for the club to become chartered. The club was given the number 7178, and its official name was Doctors Hospital Healing Communicators Toastmasters Club. The charter president was Toastmaster Dwayne A. Davis, and the vice president education was Charles Saunders. Due to circumstances beyond the club's control, meetings were relocated to the Imperial Life Insurance Company's boardroom, and later to the J. Whitney Pinder building. As a result of this relocation, the official name of the club was changed to Healing Communicators Toastmasters Club 7178. Over the past 23 years, meetings have been held at the Gaylord's Restaurant, the Hilton Hotel, and Green Shutters, and now the Cancer Society of the Bahamas. No matter where the club has been located, meetings have always been held on a Tuesday.
The Club 7178 is a phenomenal club. So when I talk about change of the club, there's so many things that may have changed, but so many things that also remain the same. So our members have changed, locations have changed in terms of meeting venues. Programs have changed from CCs to pathways, but the club at its foundation, Healing Communicators Club 7178, is a profound club that allows its members to thrive in an environment of support, love, camaraderie, and friendship. And those are some of the consistent things that we've seen in Club 7178 and some of the things that I'm most proud of.
Over the history of Healing Communicators Club 7178, the leadership has always set the standard. In our history, we have had numerous area governors and area directors, 8 division governors and division directors, and 3 district governors.
The area director role is significantly different than just a normal board member role, because you're not just responsible for a section or an area like education. I'm now also responsible for 4 unique clubs, encouraging them and supporting them to meet their club goals, which in turn meets the area and the division and the district goals. And so it's a whole different level of mentorship and support and just being there to connect with new people. So again, I've grown a lot, but I've also made some great connections that also helped and pushed clubs to be the best that they can be. The most important lesson I've learned is to remove self as a truly selfless thing to lead and to support persons.
This position has really forced me to grow in a way that I didn't know possible. So for me being an area director, it really kind of stretched me more than I thought I was capable of being stretched, to really see Toastmasters from a different level, to see Toastmasters on the district level, on the division level. Prior to being area director, I only served at the club level. So it's a fulfilling experience, but challenging to serve as an area director. But I think that once you have a good team, once you have a good communication line with your executives of your area, I think that the area shines, and the members and the executives really, pull through when they shine, making it a successful area.
I would say I enjoyed my experience as an area governor. I had to not only have a vision that was club-centric, but also one that was inclusive to other clubs that were in the area. So being an area director gave me the privilege of meeting Toastmasters outside of 7178 and developing valuable relationships with them. That's some of them which last to this very day. Yes, so it is definitely a role that would expand you beyond the club level. I not only benefited from it in terms of developing my leadership skills, but I also had fun as an area governor. That's probably one of the best experiences in my leadership path in Toastmasters.
Everyone joins Toastmasters for a reason, and Healing Communicators Club 7178 is no exception. We call your reason for joining Toastmasters your why. Whether it be to get over the fear of public speaking, to become a better communicator, or to be an effective leader, everyone has a why for joining Toastmasters. My why was to find confidence in my voice.
For me, my why then was just self-development. The mission statement for Toastmasters speaks to that, self-development. And in terms of my growth, I can see it because I learned to speak stronger. I learned to grow on my job in terms of being more assertive. And if you don't know me, you would think I'm a little bit shy, but I know that I have the capabilities of getting the job done. So in that aspect, I've seen my strengths actually show more because I know I have it in me.
I had 3 whys: to be a comfortable public speaker, to be a competent communicator, and to be a better leader, because Toastmasters is not only speaking publicly, but is communication and leadership. And for me, I just needed to know that all of those things could be executed and accomplished within myself. And no, that has not changed. So, of course, it's a journey. It's nothing overnight, and I work at it every week as much as I can, and I'm truly enjoying it, and I've seen the growth in myself.
The reason I joined Club 7178 was because I had witnessed the dynamics of members of the club. I witnessed their command of the lectern. I witnessed their confidence and comfortability in performance. And I wanted to be just like that. And so I said this was the place for me.
My why was to meet people, network, and improve myself. I still improve myself. In certain speeches, it has been a challenge to kind of step out of your zone, and whether it be like a humorous speech or to try and raise my tone. It's still something that I'm working on. And being on the executive, I have a leadership role, so that has challenged me and also helped me to be a leader at work and in different areas where I need to be. So I'm still fulfilling my why, even though meeting people is slightly different. I still get to meet people, and so I'm still able, thankfully, to achieve my why.
If you join Toastmasters and remain committed to the Toastmasters program, you will be transformed. Over the past year, I have seen myself grow, be stretched, become a better leader, and find confidence in my voice.
After being a part of the organization for, I think, about 6 months, everything changed. I learned to speak better, I learned to lead, I met great people, great mentors. And so my why now is just to influence, to have a voice to be heard, to have something to say, and say it well.
How to be a better organizer, how to become a better leader. When you walk into a room, do you just see me there, or is it just my presence that is in the room before you even know that I'm there? And when I say before you even know that I'm there, before I open my mouth, before I say anything, Toastmasters has taught me how to do that and how to do it well, how to become a better leader, how to become a better organizer, how to be noticed without saying a word. That journey of Toastmasters, it doesn't come in 1 day or 2 days or 1 year or 2 years. It's a lifetime journey that I've been so happy to go on as a member of Healing Communicators Club 7178.
After coming into Toastmasters, I realized that there's more to life than just the quote-unquote, the formal activities of life, you know, just trying to get an education, trying to get a family, trying to get a house, a car, etc. I understand that it's about giving back to the community. It's about developing yourself as in terms of your communication, your leadership skills. And so Toastmasters allowed me to do that. It allowed me to just relax a little bit, take a breather, realize that, look here, it's not just about the normal day-to-day activities of life. So Toastmasters, it completes the whole man. So that is how I became, that is my life after Toastmasters. It more or less completes me.
But this transformation process doesn't happen alone. There are Toastmasters and distinguished Toastmasters whose mentorship can accelerate your growth and development.
Another lesson is the importance of not trying to do it alone. Realizing that there are persons who have walked before you, who have had the experiences, who have endured the setbacks. And by tapping into those persons, you are able to better navigate the rough seas that await you. And so having a mentor or a team of mentors is vital as you go up the leadership ladder, right?
Each past president could tell you, I would ask for advice, I would call, and some more than others, but everybody still had an opportunity to really share and feed into what I was trying to do and what I was about. And they all had a piece in where I'm at today, personally. So you talk about mentorship, but you know, that's pretty much the basis of how you do anything. Great leadership and, you know, pretty much how you pass on your information. Miles Monroe talked about it, you know, leaving the world empty, you know, just pouring out. And they really poured out into me, and they never really mentored me with the thinking that they wanted me to do exactly what they said. They would always say that here's my advice and this is what I think you should do and here's how I can help you. But they would never tell you you would have to do exactly what I say do. And that really taught me to also eat the meat and spit out the bones. What was fruit and what was applicable, and then what was not, you know. So that mentorship where it was just very trusting your mentee and trusting the person with the information that you've given them, and not making it seem like they had to do exactly how you did it. They gave me some advice and I was able to fuse what their thoughts were and their experiences with my own, and ultimately it got me here today. Mentorship is a great part of what we do at Toastmasters. Mentorship is a great part of what we do as people, passing on and giving of ourselves to others to further on our legacy and ultimately the world, and do some great things. But it was really humility that really did it for me and helped me through it. And I would suggest to any Toastmaster joining the club just to be an empty vessel and come and get filled up from a wealth of information and resources that we have available for you as anybody joining the program.
The job was not easy. The role as president was not easy, but I had such an amazing support system that I grew through the experience, and I herald it as one of the most critical roles that I have had in Club 7178, and one that has continued influence in how I lead and operate today. The role of president, you have to know your members. As one example, you have to be able to communicate with your members. You have to operate with a sense of empathy, understanding where each member is, what are they feeling, what are their experiences. Every member is not the same. How do you know that? By communicating, by asking, by making sure that you have a connection with each member.
While your why and mentorship are common to all Toastmasters clubs, Healing Communicators Club 7178 goes above and beyond, even producing the first Bahamian to serve on the Toastmasters International Board of Directors.
And so it's a huge responsibility. It was a very busy role, lots of meetings. Almost every day of the week I was on some conference call or the other, some video call. The role called for me to visit the various districts within the Region 8 territory. And so that was a wonderful experience. Too bad it got cut short by COVID. Right? But it was amazing. And I felt the growth as I went through it. My leadership skills were enhanced, and I was able to draw from those leadership experiences that I'd previously had. Right? And that's what I love about this organization, that it is a tiered approach. Right? And so when we start here at the club level, I encourage members to take that role seriously. And what I've found along my journey is that every experience I've had in Toastmasters, both positive and negative, and you did ask about a negative experience, and I'll share that. But every experience that I've had, I have been able to pinpoint situations in my professional life or in my personal life where I've been able to draw from either the experiences I've had in Toastmasters or the lessons that I learned through Toastmasters and apply them to those situations in my professional life or my personal life to resolve a particular challenge.
The first Bahamas branch of Toastmasters Club 1600 has always been a part of the history of Club 7178. Club 1600 was even a part of Club 7178's charter process. Some may say that this is a familial bond. Others may say that it has grown into healthy competition. But no matter what, Club 1600 has pushed Club 7178 to be great. This looks like competing against one another in a basketball tournament, playing in a table tennis championship, and even arguing over who has the best education program.
We've always had the best members. We've always had the best program. Best program. 1600, best program. They can kill me for it, but it's true, it's true.
Here at Club 7178, you will become a more competent communicator and a more effective speaker. But you may also find love.
Now, I had spoken to her daughter, and I said, listen, this is what I'm going to do. I want you to bring some of her sisters and whoever else would want to come that's close in the family, and we're going to let them stay out in the porch area. And Longley was part of my setup. I told him, Longley said, I got to do something in this. I have to do something. So he wanted the ring. He'll come up and present me with the ring. I said, okay. I said, but before you do that, you got to let the people in. So he worked with the sergeant at arms that when they got the signal, they would just open the door and all of her family would just rush right in.
I was speechless. I was dumbfounded. And then he came, so he was dressed so smart. I mean, he looked so good, even when he came up as to be the general evaluator. I said, wow, you didn't leave nothing at home. You dressed in everything. He was dressed to impress. And then my whole family rushed in. I mean, I've never seen anything like that. It was just an amazing night. When I tell you I was speechless, I was speechless. And what even made it more exciting was he got down on his knees. A night to remember.
Club 7178 is all about setting and achieving goals. And it's the goal of every executive team to achieve President's Distinguished status. This status is so ingrained in Club 7178 that it's not a matter of if, but when you will achieve it. And recently, there's been a race to see who can achieve President's Distinguished status first.
For me, my most memorable moment would have been continuing the legacy of leading the club into its President's Distinguished status. It's something that Healing Communicators Club 7178 really can boast about and take pride in, that we would have been President's Distinguished for such a long time. And to continue that legacy was really fulfilling for me.
Healing Communicators Club 7178 has always been a club of trendsetters. In the midst of a global pandemic, with meetings shifting from in-person to virtual, Club 7178 continued to blaze the trail.
I think the Zoom environment have really got me more engaged. It got me more relaxed. One for sure, it got me more technologically inclined to Toastmasters. It also made it more accessible to Toastmasters. Prior to the Zoom environment, you had to get ready, put on your clothes, and come to the meeting place. With Zoom, you're in the comfort of your own home, you throw on your coat, throw on your tie, put on your pin, and bam, you're in a meeting. So with that, it's more accessible, it's more easily able to transition over to the meetings. So with the Zoom environment, because of that, I like the Zoom environment. I liked also the in-person because of the networking and the meeting of the people and the socialization. But in long and short, with the Zoom environment, it's more easily accessible from the home environment. Because not every time you're going to want to put on your clothes and come out and come to the meeting. So sometimes you're going to want to stay home. So with the Zoom environment, it allows you to be able to stay in the comfort of your own home and to just take part in the meeting.
However, being on a virtual platform isn't the same as an in-person meeting, where you can feel the energy in the room. And being on the virtual platform has taken some adjustment.
I will say, being in this particular executive role in this year and during this time, it really taught me the importance of learning how to pivot, learning how to be creative, and just come up with different ways to still be sociable and still engage the members of the club, but of course doing that under the current safety protocols.
So, you may be thinking, what does the future hold for Healing Communicators Club 7178? With an excellent history, growing membership base, and family-oriented culture, the sky is the limit for this club. Make no mistake, this club will continue to produce quality speakers, effective communicators, and empathetic leaders. Who knows? The next president of Toastmasters International may be a member of this club.
I hope to see the club continue to grow, continue to make a phenomenal contribution to the growth and development of leaders in our country. And the growth and development of the Bahamas. What we want to do is attract a greater number of young people. Yes, we have a large percentage of them now, but we want to deposit in them what we learned. So when we would have passed from the scene, they can then carry the dream on, the dream of Toastmasters International and the dream of the Bahamas.
Well, I think for this club, this is a vibrant and energetic club. I would like to see this continue. I would like to see persons become leaders out of Club 7178, because this is where leaders are made. And so I encourage everybody who's in the program to stick with it and reap the benefits, because there's so many benefits you can reap from Club 7178. So I'm looking forward to Club 7178 being the creme de la creme of Toastmasters.
There are so many directions and so many opportunities for Healing Communicators Club 7178. But let's take a moment to reflect on what this club has come to mean to its members.
The reason I was able to do a lot of different things in my professional career, the reason why I was able to evolve and develop socially to some degree. And I know, you don't want to blame it on the club, but we've been able to help persons, and me, I the person, me, him, me, because the club has helped me tremendously, and Club 7178 is the reason why I am the way I am and the way I'm at where I'm at professionally. And it's the reason why I've been able to be developed into who I am today. The reason.
Electrifying. We are the most energetic club I've ever witnessed. We maintain that. People come to our club to feel our energy, to be a part of that. When I invite people to meet, they be like, I gotta come again. I say, yes, you do. And I know by then, more than likely, they'll become a member. But it's the people that bring their energies, the members that bring their energy. And even being a guest at one point, I wanted to be a part of that energy, and I made that happen. So the most energetic, fun club ever, simply the best.
Club 7178 is just awesome. It gives us so many opportunities for leadership, for communication, and I think that it's some place that all of us should be a part of, where we can all grow and take ourselves to levels higher.
Club 7178 is a dynamic co-ed club that has the ability to produce quality leadership at the Toastmaster level, at the national level, and at the international Toastmaster level.
All of these sentiments can be summed up in one sentence. Club 7178 is home. Toastmasters will continue to welcome prospective Toastmasters as though they're family. Long-standing members will continue to mentor new members because there's a leader inside each of us. As Healing Communicators Club 7178 charts new heights and takes new territory, we ask you to join us, stay with us, and reveal the leader inside of you.